Well, Labor is being accused of violating international law with its plan to send an oil platform to Denmark for recycling. The Northern Endeavour is laden with toxic waste and radioactive material, and it needs to be dismantled. Now, the government passed up Australian businesses who said that they could have done the job. Joining me now is the Shadow Resources Minister Susan McDonald. Susan, thank you for joining me. Look, I've got to say, Labor is always obsessed with keeping business local. Why wouldn't you want to foster that sort of capability when it comes to these ships in Australia? Or is it a case of Australian enterprises can't compete, so it has to go overseas?
Well, what this does show is that there was no genuine examination of the alternatives right here in Australia, no proper process of whether or not this could happen in Australia. So whether or not we're exporting hazardous materials, we can be sure that what we've done is exported Australian jobs, Australian expertise, Australian apprentices who might have cut their teeth on this project. All of this we lose because this government, the federal government, has been too lazy to really assess whether or not this is something that could happen in Australia, and industry is telling us that it absolutely could have.
And, local manufacturing is so important here. The ship has to be dismantled. We are offshoring so much as it is. Now what does it say about the state of the industry?
Oh, well, this made in Australia, future made in Australia policy, we've got to stop listening to what Labor says and what they do, because this is a perfect example of Labor actually undermining Australia's capacity to have a future in Australia. There is, manufacturing is being cut out at the knees, whether it be escalating energy prices because of this rushed renewables policy, whether it be, Labor's approach to union negotiations. But now, the very first hurdle, Labor has stumbled because they haven't been able to keep manufacturing jobs right here under their own contract. This is not, another country choosing to take their business elsewhere. This is the Australian government not prioritising Australia in its contracting and sending a big project overseas. It's truly shocking that they can't even prioritise Australian jobs and instead are happy to see them exported offshore.
Absolutely. There's so many people who want the jobs out there. They're crying out for it. So it's not like we don't have the resources. Now, look, I want to move on because the US Secretary of State Marco Rubio has told foreign ministers, including Penny Wong, that the Quad Alliance should be prioritising critical minerals. Is he right?
Well, the Labor government had 7 months since the election of the new administration to do some work on this. Instead, we had the government saying that they spent all weekend coming up with a critical minerals policy, but once again, they've come up empty-handed. They haven't been able to secure a meeting with the President. We're seeing them unable to secure a better alliance with our biggest ally under defence terms. And now that our trade is also slipping away. We cannot even supply to the US something that they say they want and need because of our anti-mining, anti-resources, anti-manufacturing policies here in this country. I think this is a massive fail of the government's hand-picked ambassador to the US, Kevin Rudd, but the Prime Minister Albanese and Foreign Minister Wong have failed abysmally at every turn. And Australian critical minerals, all Australian minerals, are not being prioritised by this country. They have continued to fund the Environmental Defenders Office. They're not increasing approval times. It's now, on average, 16 years to get a mine up from discovery to production in this country. The Labor government, again, as I said before, they're talking a big game, but we've got to stop watching what they say and watch what they do, because they are failing Australia's future. We are not having manufacturing here. We're not seeing the development of mining projects here, and we're not seeing the development of trade. Australia has had a really long reputation as a reliable trading partner and a dependable defence ally. And under Labor, in only 3 short years, we've undermined both of those elements so quickly. So another Labor fail, I'm afraid.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so much that we could be offering, and we're just simply not. We just look like a laughing stock, really, on the world stage. Susan McDonald, nice to chat with you. Thanks very much for joining me on the show this evening. Really appreciate it.